Welcome back to another episode of the Level Up Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Miller. I am joined by the wonderful Impact Realty Group today. They are our newest partners here at eXp Realty, and I'm super excited. I've known these guys for a while, and it's just been such an amazing experience to kind of dive into their business a little bit more and get them over to eXp. So welcome, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us on here.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you guys who don't know the Impact Realty Group, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
My name is Marissa.
Yeah, and I'm Harley Hutchinson.
Marissa used to be Wrangle.
Now I am a line.
Now she's a line. Recently married.
Recently married.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gonna take a second to get used to the Marissa line. but
Yeah.
we'll
There's
get
so
there.
many cool like marketing things you could do with that.
Yeah. Our slogan for our wedding was "Walk the line."
Walk the line. So good. So good. Way better than Miller or Hutchin. I mean, yours is cool too. Yours is better than mine.
Tongue twister though.
Yeah, that's true. What's your middle name?
Kim.
Kim.
My dad's name is Kim.
Kim, like K-I-M.
Harley.
Yep.
Kim.
They thought he was gonna be a girl, and they had the name ready, and then they're like, "Wait a minute!" And they're like, "You know what? We're sticking with it. We're gonna drop the Burley."
Yeah.
Instead of
So his first name's Kim.
Kim.
That's amazing. I love that. I just asked that question, and that's a fantastic like little nugget
Yeah.
about Harley Kim Hutchinson, baby. Let's go.
Yep.
Well, so rightfully so. You know, Marissa's pretty nervous, and because I'm like so intimidating and like scary.
Baby's first podcast.
Yeah, it's her first podcast. Is it your first podcast too?
I've done a couple.
Okay, so but it's your first one. I'm honored.
I'm a
Thank
fresh
you.
fish, man.
I love it. I'm gonna make her never want to do another one after this. So I prepared just some like fun little questions just to like, make her not as nervous.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into maybe a little bit more about the real estate side of things. But let's just start with some fun stuff because, it's always good just to get to know you guys better. So, Harley,
No, well,
just an individual question just for Harley.
Oh.
What's your favorite outdoor activity?
ooh, favorite outdoor activity. I have lately been really into frisbee golf, and so
Okay.
disc golfing. And so me and a group of friends have been doing it for the last several years, and it's just a good time to spend with friends outside. And a little side tangent.
Yeah.
Outside of real estate, I'm in the music industry, and me and my friends have we have a festival, a music festival that's based around disc golf. So every summer there's a couple days that we go up to East Bethel and throw this 3-day long festival and play some disc golf the entire time. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
So that's the incorrect answer. The correct answer I was looking for was riding a Harley. You just, come on, you just think that would be his favorite outdoor activity, right? But
more of a
anyways.
Suzuki guy.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He is just digging himself a hole. Marissa,
Yeah.
maybe you'll catch on to
Oh,
this
no.
one.
Okay.
What's your favorite shape?
My favorite shape.
What's your favorite shape?
Is this like a?
It's just a simple question. What's your favorite shape?
Okay. I don't know. I've never been asked that before. What are those hexagons? Those
You
are
like the
kinda-
hexagon?
Sure.
Correct answer was a line.
That's not a shape.
It kind of. What would you call it?
A line.
It's its own thing, just like her. You guys have these perfect names where it's just like, obviously a Harley and a line, but anyways. Okay, it's now to actual, like a real question. So you guys have worked together for how long?
Oh my gosh. Since 2019, I think is when you joined
Yep.
at
Begin
KW.
Okay.
right at the beginning of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little over 4 years, like 4.5 years together, roughly, right?
I would say 5.5.
Almost 5. Is
Yeah.
it 5.5?
Yeah.
Bad math?
I can't math.
Yeah. So it's
Not
around
mather.
5.
Yeah.
So you guys have obviously and you guys have been working together like the whole time essentially?
Yeah.
Or like been
Most-
close?
I'd say most of the time.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
some switches between brokerages where one of us would be over somewhere, for maybe a couple months before.
Right.
Yeah.
But not long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the reason I was wondering that is the question I have is do you guys have like a funniest memory together or like just something that's like sticks out of like how your relationship has become so strong?
I mean,
I think for me the funniest time was when we went to a show together. Do you remember that?
yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
And we barely knew each other. Decided to go to a show.
Yep.
I
A
don't remember where it
concert.
was, yeah.
You know, that's from, the other side of my life, doing the electronic music. Marissa was into it too, and we both ran into each other there. And it's obviously a completely different world from,
Yeah.
Our
Yes.
day to day with real estate.
Yes.
So we're just like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like,
So you guys didn't plan to be there together. You just
No.
saw each other,
We
ran
just
into
saw
each
each
other.
other.
and you had already like met at the office.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. And then
okay.
we're like, wait a minute, you are pretty cool. Maybe we,
Yeah.
maybe we can hang out more.
That's awesome. What was
vibes.
the DJ or the concert?
Oh gosh, I couldn't.
Do you remember?
Couldn't even
Okay.
tell you at this point anymore, but I
Yeah.
know we had a really, really fun night.
It
Okay.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your mic a little, just across your body, a little bit more.
Can I?
Yeah, it should.
This?
Just because when you're turning talking, I just want to make sure we
okay.
get it. It doesn't have to be that close. It doesn't have to be like on your face.
Okay, is this good?
That's great.
Great.
You just keep. I mean, you're turning this way. I just want to make sure we're getting everything. Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, really quick, couple pretty important questions.
My face.
Toilet paper roll, over or under?
For sure over. We don't need no spiders in there. I'm
Yeah.
not a spider fan.
I'm 100% over.
Right. Who are these people?
We're out of control with that.
Who are you? That's like it goes under.
You're
It goes under. You are a sick individual.
Listen,
It's
if
so
I'm
much more work.
If I'm at someone's house or somewhere where
switch it?
I will switch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're just helping
I
them
will.
out.
Yeah. People helping people business, right?
Lead them down the right path.
Right. Gosh.
We're just trying to help.
My one team member, he was like, well, it's over, but when you have young kids, it's under.
Why?
Because they apparently like pull and unroll the thing. I'm like,
They
that's
can
still not
do
a
it on the
valid
under- they can
reason.
still do it on the under
Yeah, I'm
side.
like, what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. My kids were smart enough to be able to find it either side. It didn't matter, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like so many people are like,
I
oh,
got
it doesn't matter to
go
me.
over.
Usually I just put it on. Like my wife, I don't care.
I have a side passion
I'm like, what is
of,
wrong with
like
you?
OCD, and so
Yeah.
you know,
Me too.
it's
Side passion with my
side
OCD.
yeah.
It's
so
not
I always gotta
overtaking my
fix
body
it.
every day. It's just a side passion.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one other kind of like silly would you rather question. One that makes you think. Would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything that you're told?
Lose the ability to lie.
Well, that was an easy one
or
for
believe
me.
Everything I've told.
Yeah, I already believe everything anyone tells me anyway. My friends, literally, it's their favorite thing to do is to just make me, they'll say stuff and I'll just instantly believe it. So they're always just playing pranks on me anyway.
I told Harley this is live on Fox News.
Yep.
So
We're like, great.
sorry, it actually isn't.
Yep. Good morning, Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm a terrible liar, so I'd have to go with the same. I can't. Yeah, it's hard out here.
So you would want to give up the ability to lie?
No.
You'd want to give up the ability to
Like,
believe everything.
because I'm pretty gullible.
Yeah.
See, I just feel, I feel the same way. Like, it's not that I don't need, I guess I'd be okay not lying ever, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, because I'm pretty direct anyways.
Same.
The little white lies here and there to like the kids to like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
The tooth fairy.
Dad, will we ever die?
Santa.
And you're just like, you know, like to have to be like, yes.
Yeah.
like, you know, they know they're gonna die, but like to not be so blunt would be helpful. But I would definitely not want to believe everything I'm told.
Yeah, same.
That would be bad. You know what I mean? So I think we're all on the same page there.
Agreed.
Okay, so I'll come back to a few of these other questions, but let's get into the Impact Realty Group, the journey, how you got here. Like, go back, maybe like tell us about just your team, maybe your experience in the real estate industry, whatever you feel like sharing about what's important about your team
Yeah.
or your businesses.
Yeah.
You know,
When did it start? It was 5 years ago.
Kind of interesting / funny thing is when it started, I was on this team, PK and another friend of ours, Harley and PK, actually went to real estate school together, and they ended up joining this team that I was on. So we all started on this team together, and then our other friend PK left, and then I left, and then Harley left, went to the same team.
Over at EXP.
Over
so
at
we have
EXP.
been here before.
Yep.
And so that was over on the DeRoche group.
Shout out to Dan and Julie.
Shout out to
Yep.
Daniel and Julie. And then, and then I think just being on a team, we just kind of wanted to do our own thing. And we were at Keller. Keller was familiar to us.
Yep.
And I kind of knew our office, so I went back there. And shortly after, Harley came back too, and we started our own team. And now here we are back at EXP.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've definitely like interacted with you out in the field a few times.
Yeah.
I feel like we probably have too, but I obviously remember, first off, when your name's Marisa Wrangle, like it's just, I don't know. I always love that name. I was like, she's trying to wrangle a deal today. Here we go. Wrangle showing my house. But like, you know, I guess my experience working with you guys has always been like top notch. Like you guys definitely know what you're doing. You do a fantastic job for your clients. You represent them well. And so when I heard that you were open to changing brokerages, that was really exciting for me because for me, it's all about being surrounded with people that make me better. And like, you know what I mean? And, you know, not that if somebody reached out to me that wasn't going to make me better, I'd be like, no, stay away. Like I want to help those people too. But you guys, I think, bring just a lot of experience to the table.
Yeah.
I think like everyone, we're all still trying to figure this out. You know what I mean? On a daily basis. But there's a lot that, I mean, even when I sat down with you the other day, right? And we were talking through some business stuff. That made me better too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, you know, I should take some of my own advice, you know, like, and it's, so that's what's fun is, I can tell you guys want it. I can tell that you definitely are driven and you're going to win. It's just a matter of making sure we get everything aligned to put you in the best position possible. So I think it's a good partnership. It's not just like something one-sided where maybe some people come to the group and I'm like, I don't know what they're bringing really to the table, but so
I think it's really important. Like I really want to be the best version of myself, my clients, the best experience, and just like Harley too, you know, the whole client experience and just be able to serve everyone the best that they can. And so I think coming back and partnering with you and partnering with everyone else is really going to provide us with a lot of opportunity to do some really amazing things. So we're really excited.
Hey, don't look now. You're doing great.
Hey, thanks.
There's a camera, but don't worry about it. No, see, it's like after a few minutes, you're doing fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. So you've been at EXP before.
Yep.
You left, and that was, you know, for various reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah.
At that point, you were on a team. Maybe you didn't want to be on a team anymore. Whatever it was, you left. What made you like want to look back into it?
You know, back when we were on EXP before, we were obviously on a team. And so at that point in our real estate careers, we were so used to being the team members. And that was our, you know, very close-minded. We didn't really, you know, process all that EXP has to offer for growing a team and different things like that. And so, you know, we had, you know, grapes dangled in our face from other brokerages. It was several, you know, everyone trying to, you know, snag us away. And so that was enticing for us, you know, and so we eventually made that decision to leave. And then as we're starting to grow our team, we're like, you know, I feel like EXP is inevitable for someone who wants to be around top producers and has a desire to help other people with their real estate businesses and grow them and yourself. And so when we were, you know, deciding like, you know, hey, maybe it's time to come back and like actually learning everything that is EXP, it was kind of a, you know, it was kind of a no-brainer for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of opportunity. Love the collaboration. Just there's just a big open door for opportunity and success. So we're excited.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, I still haven't dug into all the things that EXP has to offer. Like it's just an overwhelming amount of resources, which is, it's like exciting, but at the same time, you're always like, what else? What else can I do? And I think that what I saw at EXP was just like, however I want to take this, I can do it, and there's somebody to help me. Where when I was at my previous brokerage, which I loved, it was more of a, I don't want to say like they had one type of business plan in mind, but you could only do so much. And then you were just kind of like that redheaded stepchild that they're like, I don't know what to do with this person at this point. They're awesome, but like, they're like doing something else that we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so when I was looking into it, I was just like, talking to some people, and I reached out to TK one day, and I was like, what am I missing? Like, what the hell? Like, it seems too good to be true. Like, what would you say to, like, if you had to give me one thing to get me to come over and experience it, what would you say? And he was just like, I feel like I could literally do anything. Like here, there's so many different people that are willing to share. Where like tomorrow, if you guys decided, I want to take my business this direction, like, oh, okay, I have like 4 people that could help you with, like, you know what I mean? It's just, that's the coolest part about this. And it has the effect of sometimes feeling overwhelming at times because you're constantly in a state of like, I could do anything. I could do something else, and so there's that, but I like kind of live in that chaos. I thrive in that, where I'm just like, I feel better knowing that I've looked into everything and now I just kind of choose my path, for now. And then it's like, maybe I change. I don't know. It gives you the ability to be nimble, where I just didn't think there's not a lot of brokerages out there that have that. They might have talented agents, but why would those agents help you?
That's how I was
much
kind of
incentive.
feeling at our previous brokerage. I mean, I could have been wrong, but even before we came to EXP, it was just it just felt very welcoming. I mean, everyone was just willing to help and lend a hand and give some guidance or advice. And it's just cool that you can do that.
Well, gosh, who would have thought that if you incentivize agents to help other agents, they would do it? You know what I mean? It's like, because
Crazy
I
concept.
know people are motivated by money. Shocker. And it's not all money, but it's like that has to be there.
Yeah.
It's a great benefit.
Because we all are business people. Our time is so valuable. I think if you guys could choose to be anywhere in the world right now, it wouldn't be here, and it wouldn't be with anyone else other than your loved ones. So it's like, if we are getting up every day, going out into the world to do our jobs, and then on top of that, people want our help, you start to have to make that choice of like, okay, if I'm not getting any monetary value out of this to then help my loved ones, how long can I commit to this before it's just like, I don't know if I can meet again, or it's just, so it's like, that has to be there.
Right.
That's not the ultimate motivator. Like I'm sure you guys would feel the same way. At my previous brokerage, I helped anybody that walked into my office. But it's like, hey, if they want a 2-week boot camp on how to literally run an entire team, it's like, I don't know. You're kind of my competition, like in my office. I don't know if I should 100% give you, you know what I mean? It's just like that. Whether you're a good person or not, it's like, that's just not good business.
Correct.
To train your competition. So that's where, like at EXP, it just literally goes out the window. For me to even have another real estate team on a podcast and feature another real estate team seems dumb. Like, it just seems like, hey, all of my clients, there's other cool people too.
We're really cool.
They're probably cooler than me. I mean, their names are pretty sweet. So, but on the surface, that's dumb. But that's what EXP is about. It's like that. You know what? There's the abundance mindset. There's enough business for everybody, and whatever good comes out of this for you one day, I'm sure there'll be something that comes out of our relationship for me as well that will be just amazing. And
Already happening for us. So.
Yeah. And so anyways, that's why I love this company. And, it's a little, I will say, so you came from brick and mortar, right? An office. Yeah. I also came from that. I was definitely an office guy. I went like every day. And now I have an office space here, but like EXP doesn't have an office, right? There's not like these weekly team meetings where we all get together and eat donuts and drink coffee and, like distract ourselves from maybe not doing any work that day.
Yep.
But like that I think is like one weird thing that some people struggle with. How have you guys felt about that?
I think when coming over to EXP, it's extremely important to partner with the right people. And in this circumstance for us, you've been very willing and accommodating to help us with space, and so has everyone else that we partnered with. They've been very generous in saying, our doors are open. You
Yeah.
know, come here. Have we necessarily used it a bunch? No, but it's just nice to be able to have that option.
Right. And that's what I mean, I think anybody knows especially in our world, like offices are mostly empty. You know, like when you would show up at your office, it's like 5 people there, and it's always the same 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like the office space is nice to have. It's a nice luxury. But my point is, for anybody listening, it's like, do you really need the office? Nope.
I was more of like an office person. I was pretty
Huge on it.
Yeah.
gung ho on that,
Yeah.
just because I mean I liked being around other people and
Yeah.
you know, talking to other agents and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's just been different being at EXP. You know, it's just like I still talk to everyone just as much, and you got to involve yourself too, obviously. But I don't know. I haven't really missed the office space a whole lot now that I've come to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys dropped into the world yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you make a little avatar?
I have not made my avatar.
Does your
yet.
avatar have a boot on?
My boot?
She's in like the little cart with the flag. Is that your avatar in the world?
That'd be so funny if you could do that.
Can you do that?
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
know.
You can make him do the Gangnam Style dance.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Really?
Well, you could. Maybe
Do you
they
know how to do
changed.
that?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. If you have time after, I can show you. It's incredible. But like, yeah, for those of you watching that maybe don't know, like, I think again, the people that really like that office culture and all that stuff, maybe the meetings, we still have weekly meetings. They just are held in the virtual world. And it sounds weird, but I'm sorry. I like the option to be with my kids 1 minute and then turn around and be like, I'm jumping in this meeting. As soon as the meeting's over, I'm back with my kids or back with my wife, or you know what I mean? It's just like, do I need to go to the office, get the information, and then like literally sit there for 2 hours and shoot the shit with whoever, you know? And it's like, yes, I like people, but I like my people.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I just think there's all these limiting mindset beliefs that a lot of agents have. And most people, once they actually like look into EXP, they're like, oh, this is different than what it just seems from the outside looking in. You know, they just hear cloud-based brokerage and it's just like, you're on your own.
Yeah.
If you join the wrong downline, you could be.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. You know, that is the most important selection. But there's opportunities out there where you don't have to be alone in a cloud-based brokerage.
Well, that's what I was just going to say is I don't really feel like I've felt very lonely not having an office.
No.
You know, it's just, I mean, we talk to all of our partners and everyone, like I said, is just more than willing to help, and just, I don't know, it's just been different. It's exceeded my expectations.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I had a few other questions, so let's see here. Maybe 2 other ones. This one's kind of just interesting. So what I wrote down was, what trends do you predict will impact your industry over the next 5 to 10 years? Like, what do you see like coming that I think either us realtors should be prepared for, or maybe just the consumers in general? For example, like, I mean, what was it? Probably like 3-4 years ago, people could start touring homes by just getting the combination from open door, walking through without anybody there. And we were like, what's happening now?
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, gosh, when I got into the industry 13 years ago, full time, I definitely wouldn't have thought that. So is there anything else that you're just like, you maybe heard or thought about that might be coming?
I don't know.
Or that you'd be...
You know, I'm a big one on, you know, I'm part of a bunch of different real estate Facebook groups.
Yeah,
and, you know,
those are the best, by the way. If you're a member of the general public, unfortunately, you can't get into them, but it's the best.
Great.
People just panicking 24/7,
Yes.
and it is for people that are running a good business, it's the best. Like, you're just like, what are these people talking
It's
about?
comedy through the
Yeah,
day.
It's so good.
It honestly is.
It's so
comedic
good.
for me
Yeah.
Throughout the day, and so I'm a big person that, you know, just like the market, you can never predict what's truly, you know, going to happen. We don't have a crystal ball here.
Right.
And so I like to stay grounded and take things, you know, as they come. You know, heard plenty of the, you know, the big corporations like Zillow are going to come in and take everything and develop, a system that's going to cut us out. And, it's just all the different panic things. But I really like to sit back and just say, hey, let's take this one day at a time, with all the new changes to the real estate laws that we've been going through. It's just like, okay, let's take it for face value. And then in that situation for us here in Minnesota, not much changed.
No, not really.
Not really.
It was the first like couple weeks, and then I was like, oh, okay, now people are okay with some of this stuff, and it's not a big deal, which we all thought would play out. I thought it'd be like December before everybody was like fine, but honestly, it happened pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, real estate's always changing. You just got to change with it. You got to talk to other people, see what other people are seeing, maybe that you're not seeing. And in regards to like the open door stuff, I think at the end of the day, majority of people are still gonna want an actual human being to help them through that process.
The deal I just did last night, there is no way.
Yeah.
There's no way
much that you
that
don't
like
know.
someone online or some AI could have walked these clients through.
Yeah.
There's no way. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they think they can solve that. Like everybody's so different. You know what I mean? We're not all programmed the same way. So
For sure.
yeah, I'm not worried about that. I just think I'm not really worried about anything because we'll adapt. We'll whatever. There's always gonna be a place
Adapt
for
and
people.
overcome.
Yeah, for people that want to work hard and add value. Like you have to redefine your value proposition every every couple of years. Probably you got to like, okay, what am I doing now that maybe I shouldn't have, or that I wasn't doing before, to kind of stay with the times. So, but like a couple things I've heard over the years was like, well, not even over the years, over the last like year. And so this is like credit to my wife. She's like, she's not a conspiracy theorist, but she's like borderline.
Shout out to wifey.
Shout out to wifey. I love my wife,
Keeps you on your toes.
but she believes some things sometimes, and I'm like a skeptic, like
So like, what did she
at
told
heart.
you?
Like, gosh, I'm trying to think of. It's usually like stuff that I probably can't share on this. Like it's like, like just like end of life type stuff, or I don't know, like just political stuff. Where I'm like, there's no way that's not true. If it was true, like there would be so many other things happening right now
Maybe
that
it is though.
right. See, that's
Maybe.
her. She's like,
See?
she's
I'm with
she's
you,
always
wifey.
like, she was like, we'll see.
Yeah,
And I'm
you
like,
never know.
no, like please stop. Okay, but like she gets these articles or videos, and one of them was like BlackRock is a really big corporation, and like BlackRock owns like, I think they own like Zillow. They own like
They own everything.
basically everything.
Yeah, they own
But the conspiracy is something like in the next, I don't remember what it was, 5 to 10 years, they're gonna have like whole cities that are, you can't own anything. We all just like rent in these cities, and their whole vision is like, you won't have to worry about like all the like BS and bills, or I don't know what their plan is. We got to pay be in the city, but then like you can just like live there, and we'll be extremely happy.
It's definitely one of those ones that I've been seeing too.
Yeah.
Got opinions about
Like they're just like, we're gonna buy up an entire city, and then everything is like, you can't own anything, but you don't have to like take care of anything either.
Like basically what they've been saying is eventually they could own like a majority of just all the houses,
What?
So that's
I don't know. I don't know. If that happens, it's gonna be a long time, I think.
Yeah.
Probably
not in
that's a
our
lot
lifetime.
that's a lot of houses.
They could I could probably see them doing it in certain states that are open
That's
to that.
wild.
But like, I don't know, you bring that to like Florida,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Or Texas, like, So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's just interesting. Like in real estate, I feel like there's like something once a week or every other week where you're just like, oh, that might be happening now or something. And then it never does.
Yeah.
It's just, but then you go down the wormhole of these chats or whatever, and you're just like, what are people thinking, man?
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
I read some of those things sometimes, but sometimes I just like skim by.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let it take up any of
I wouldn't
my
get anything
time.
done if I just read
Yeah, no.
all day. No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so then people that maybe are watching that are either just starting out in the industry, thinking about getting in the industry, like, what do they need to know? Like, what's your advice to these people that maybe are trying to get their business off the ground? They're not sure what to expect if they do jump in. Maybe just a couple pieces of advice that you guys live by in your business, that has really given you success over the years.
Yeah, 100%.
I think a couple of things come to mind to me. Either be very disciplined, and if you don't want to be on a team and do your own thing, or just like join someone who can be a good mentor to you. I mean, I remember in real estate school, like how many feet are in an acre? You guys remember that?
I think no, I know the mile one. I don't remember how many are in an acre.
Yeah, I don't either. See, right. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, I think a lot of this stuff.
There's some nerd out there that knows it.
Isn't it?
Let us know.
I saw someone post about that on like the Facebook group because someone actually asked them that. Like,
Oh, there's people that know it, and they're so
is it how
prideful.
many feet are in an acre? Or what is the actual?
I think so.
63,540 or something like that.
Nerd. If that's right, I'm fact checking this. Hold on. What did you think it was?
63,540.
Hold on. If this is right.
Or right? Is that the acre? Something about a square.
Feet in a acre. 43,560.
Okay,
You're
I was 20,000 off.
You were close. You were closer than me. I didn't even take a guess. I would have said like 400 or something. Like, been way
Yeah.
off.
But I think it just goes back to, just either like having the discipline and the willingness.
What does
to be able to-
discipline mean though to you? Like, when you think disciplined in
actionable
real
things.
estate?
Like, you can teach yourself all these things, but you have to go out and actually take action on those things. So making your calls, doing your lead gen, open houses, like finding people to talk to
How often?
all the time,
Like,
every day,
Like forever.
forever. As long as you want it to be.
Yeah.
And depending on what your goals are, right? Like, it just depends. Everyone has these different goals. So you have to find whatever actionable items are going to get you to your goals. If
Right.
you have the willingness and the discipline to do all those things, great. If you feel like you want to be in a team like I did, I knew that I wanted to be on a team to have that one-on-one mentorship, to be able to learn from someone who was doing really well. And, a lot of the things that I do and know now, I learned back in the day, and I base a lot of my success on those things. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do.
So discipline, consistency.
Yep.
What about you? Anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, 100%. I am a big fan of advocating for people to join a team off the get-go.
I agree.
When they get into the real estate industry. You're not going to reinvent the wheel as a brand new agent here. There's people and teams that have all these systems and tools and everything right there. And you have so much more easy access to getting your questions answered quickly. And in this industry, that's an important thing, being able to respond to your clients quickly and be, top of mind with these people. And so when you join a team, you're getting all these extra benefits that a solo agent necessarily wouldn't get.
But I have to give up some of my commission, Harley.
Yep. But when you're giving up some of that commission, if you're doing one deal on your own, you're going to have multiple more over on a team that typically exceeds that, especially at the beginning. And so,
yeah, I agree 100%. When I got into the industry, when I got my license when I was 18, which is 20 years ago, which is ridiculous.
Wow, you're old.
That's a real thing that just happened in my brain 20 years ago. But I got in full time, when I was like 24 or something like that. Like, teams weren't really a thing. I mean, they were kind of a thing. Like, for example, when I joined my office at Edina Realty, Chris Lindahl, who runs basically was the largest team in our market forever. It was him, Sarah Pickens. That was it. And like, there wasn't these teams. And so I always say, like, if I were coming into it now, like 1,000% joining a team, because I just know after going through all this stuff, like, the cheat code is to learn from people that are just already doing it successfully. There's no like long-term commitments to teams. You could usually leave the next day unless they've paid for you to get your schooling and license. Sometimes there's these long-term contracts, but most times you can just leave. And so I just think, gosh, that's such a cheat code. Like, just go and learn from them. And if it makes sense to leave someday, great. But I also I've never been in a position where I was like going to be a team member. So what I would tell anyone else that's joining or struggling, interview multiple teams and brokerages.
All of 'em.
They are all different. They're all different. Brady, one of my team members, he said I was his 40th interview.
Really?
Holy smokes.
Dude, I've been watching him.
He did
I
his research.
want to have a little chat with that guy. He
Brady's
seems like he's doing really
Brady's
good.
amazing. He's just a great guy, but he was one of those guys that he interviewed all these different people, and like all of them were just like kind of like shitting on him.
Yeah.
Almost like no one really was like, yeah, you'll sell houses. They're all just kind of like, well, you're going to learn and you're going to probably struggle. And so like he just didn't find his vibe until he sat down. But thank God he interviewed 40 people, you know, because I think he is a perfect fit for what we do. And so like people have just different fits. I joined Edina Realty because my dad was there, and I didn't interview anyone ever. And that's okay. I loved working with my dad, but when it came time to like start looking around, I'm like, oh, like, yeah, this doesn't make much sense anymore, you know? So I'd say interview. And then, the last piece of advice was, God, I had it, but I'm old, so I lost it. I can't remember. Just call these guys and they'll help you out pretty much. Focus on profit. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, so many people are so focused on their cut of the check. And it's like, yes, that's one of many factors. But what's your goal? Is your goal to sell 5 houses? Okay, then yes, it doesn't really matter. Like, it'll always be less profitable to be on a team if you want to sell 5. Just do the math. Like, you're not going to see much value, whatever. But if you want to sell like 30 houses, 40 houses, whatever, you need to start factoring in how much money and time you have to spend and invest in order to reach those goals too. And so, but nobody thinks of that. They're always just like, right away, they're like, I just want to sell a house. And then I want to sell 5. And then I want to sell 10. And then they just kind of like get sidetracked, I think. Break it down. How do you sell 30 houses? How much money do you have to spend? How much time do you have to invest? Who do you have to hire? Right? And like really think about that, because the team that you decide to join should have enough value to like make that make sense, make the commission you're paying them make sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then it's not the right fit. There are a lot of teams out there where I'm like, I don't know how you attract or keep anyone. Like their cut is a lot and the value is very low, and you're like,
I'm losing. I'm losing money.
yeah, I could go do this on my own for cheaper, right? But the high value ones there's a lot of great teams out there nowadays, and there's some that have so much value, and it's just like, you couldn't go duplicate that if you tried.
Yeah,
So
sure.
why, you know what I mean? So, put the ego aside, do your research, and choose what's best for your goals and lifestyle
Yeah.
versus like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to jump in and figure it out. It's like, there's way more information out there today than there was when I joined. Like, that's just like a dumb decision. Like, you don't need to jump in and figure it out. You could figure it out before you make a decision. You know what I mean?
One last piece on this too that a lot of people don't think about too is because they are focused so much on the dollar. But if you have an opportunity to do more deals, like rather than on your own when you're doing a few versus when you're on a team and you're receiving, leads and whatnot and help to get, multiple deals going. If you're doing a good job with your clients, which you should be, those are all going to lead to many more clients, and you're going to build your book of business far faster through your referrals. And in my opinion, that's my favorite way to. I love having my phone ring, and I'm not doing anything, and I'm just like, I get a phone call, and it's just like, hey, got one yesterday. It was lovely. Hey, man, come on over. We're listing the house, and we're moving right now.
Yep.
So,
and you say you're not doing anything, but you already did something.
I did something.
You know what I mean? It's like, I think sometimes people feel guilty about getting referrals or something. And it's like, nah, you did something to get it. You know what I mean? And 100%. So, referral is business by referral is the best, but you can't ever stop like looking for that new business too.
Of course not.
But I don't have anything else. I think that I think it's just what I want to make sure everybody's aware is that these guys are here. They're at EXP. They're part of the North Star Alliance, and based on their goals, their mindset, I think they're going to do great things, and I'm excited to watch you guys grow and help you. And if anybody's curious about EXP, maybe why these guys, you want the the real reasons why they came and stuff they won't say on the podcast, which I don't know if there are any, but there's probably some. Feel free to reach out to them. I'm sure you guys would welcome anybody
Yeah, for sure.
messaging you and
They're open. Phone is always
slide into
take a
Harley's
call.
DMs.
Yeah.
He likes disc golf and EDM.
Frolfing, right?
Yeah,
Frolfing?
yeah.
Disc golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another name for it. There's many.
Slang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Disc
Disking.
golf?
Disking.
Oh.
Ooh.
So there's 3 different words. All right.
There's many.
Yeah.
We're learning.
But if anybody has any questions for them, please feel free to reach out. I'm obviously an open book as well, so reach out anytime. But you guys, Impact Realty Group, welcome to EXP and the North Star Alliance. Super excited to have you, and let's get after it.
Yeah. Sell some houses.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks,
See ya.
guys.